Hey YouTube, what's up, bitches? Um, so this video is my December 2018 wrap up. So on Goodreads, I had a goal of reading 50 books, and it wasn't until like the month of November till December that I was like on crunch time trying to reach that goal. Most of them was comic books, some of them, and of course the majority of them was the Anita Blake series. Because what, December I read up until what, I would say for the Anita Blake series, book one. I reread book one again, all the way up till book seven for December. And now I have a long list. So let's start with a few of them. Most of them on average was a 3 star. So, okay, let's see. So on my list, it's actually my bullet journal. So on my list, I have the yellow wallpaper. I gave that 3 stars. And like I mentioned, I read the Anita Blake series from books 1 through 7. And I also read the novella per se. It's for the first book, I gave it 3 stars. It isn't. Oh, wait, let's see. So books 1 and 2, I gave 3 stars. Books 3, I gave 4 stars. Books 4, I gave 2 stars. Books 5, 3 stars. Book 6, 3 stars. Point 5, which is the novella, 1 star. I'll go into a separate video of why I gave such, just about the Anita Blake series in general. Right now, I'm in book 9, so I recently just finished. I recently just finished reading the Anita Blake series number 8, which is called Blue Moon. Out of all the books in the series so far, because it's a long ass series, like long ass series. Anita Blake number 8 was the only one that I gave 4.5, at least on Goodreads. Close to 5, but you'll see in a different video. So next I read The Human Chair, and I'll put the authors up or like a picture of the books somewhere here or here on the screen. I also read The Army of One. They're both by the same author. I believe it's the author. He's a famous Japanese horror. He's the same guy who made Uzumaki. Oof, I'm blanking out, but I'm pretty sure I'll type it in somewhere. Then I read The Night of the Seven Kingdoms by George R. Martin. I gave that book 2 stars. And now that I'm thinking about it, I should probably give the book probably 1.5 stars because that's how disappointed I was. That was the first Game of Thrones series that I read in whole. I'm gonna read Game of Thrones sometime this month since there's a readathon that I'm participating in. I'll leave a link to that below as well. I also read True Blood Volume 3, which was a 3 star for me. It was a bit meh. Then I also listened to the Magic Tree House books. I heard of them as a child, but I never bothered to read them. And there's a few books that were really popular as a child that I kind of want to go back to, but I don't bother with it. With some of them, i.e. Harry Potter. Ugh. Come at me if you want to. I don't care. So I gave in overall. So for the Magic Treehouse books, I read from book 1 to book 8. So so that on average, out of all the books, after adding up all the star ratings I gave to each individual one, I gave it 2 stars. That was the average. Except for there was only one that was probably a 3 for me personally. But as a whole, I felt it was a 2 from books 1 through 8. And those kids, who I completely forgot because that's how forgettable they are, annoy me. I know that the brother I liked a little bit because maybe me and him are more logical, and like that little sister was getting on my damn nerves. Anyway, then I started to read a comic book called Paper Girls Volume 1. I gave that 3 stars. And in fact, if I posted this on video, the other video, I showed you my my January haul, which is Paper Girls Volume 2, which I have to the side, which is why I'm looking. So far, so good. I don't like sci-fi. There's not that many things that I like in sci-fi, unless it's like maybe in comic books. I'm only starting to get into sci-fi when it comes for comic books and both the Paper Girls because it's got me interested and definitely Saga. Oh my god, I love Saga. Like I just want to buy the whole book, the big volume, not like the individual ones, but I definitely want it so badly. Okay, then I also read Rumble is Karma. Yeah, no, Rumble is Crema, I think. And I gave that book 5 stars, mainly because first things first, it's a comic book about these little kids who have these powers in ancient Egypt. And it's so historically accurate because people, Caucasians like to pretend that, the Egyptians weren't black. Anyway, it's historically accurate, at least. It has African mythology because people seem to forget that Egypt's in Africa. And these, and I got the comic as a gift. The person has a Kickstarter, the creator, to post up more volumes. I know that there's a second and third volume out that I want to read. So I can't wait to get my hands on it. And I already donated to their Kickstarter. I'll definitely link that down below. But they also have other comic books to check out. And it's mostly geared towards kids, but like the diversity in there, oh my god. It's wonderful, and I'm interested in both the kids and the adults, and this is like the first one. It's been a long time since a book actually captivated me in a way that makes me more interested. And throughout the last year, there hasn't been that many books that captivated me on the first time, and maybe because I would have loved something like this as a child. Maybe that's why I gave it 5 stars. But either way, if you have a child, definitely give this to them. So I'll definitely leave the website and the Kickstarter down below. Definitely support. Then I read The Female of the Species, which is also a 5 star. In fact, this whole month I only gave 2 5 stars, which is a good thing for me. Oh man, I think I already mentioned it in a video. Well, if you want to see how I felt about a recent video, then definitely go to my last video that I posted. It's me with my scarf up. I forgot the title already. Oh yeah, it was a review of True Blood and The Female of the Species. But yeah, definitely check that video out to see how I feel because I love Alex. Ugh, like definitely 5 stars. I also read Fables Volume 6, 7, and 8. I gave all 3 of them 4 stars. So I'll definitely go on a separate video how I feel about the Fables in its entirety. Because right now I'm up to Volume 12. Yeah, I'm up until Volume 12. I read 2 books from the spin-offs. I probably won't get to all of them because one of the spin-offs is based on Jack from, Jack and the Beanstalk. No, wait. Okay, wait. Maybe I'm getting my fables mixed up. Was it Jack and the Beanstalk or maybe Jack Apple Cider? I forgot. Either way, it's either one of those two Jacks. I can't remember which Jack that they used in in Fables, because it's like a story retelling. There's a war going on, and amongst the war going on, there's different things going on within small mysteries, small murders, and different little micro things that's building up to, the war and stuff that happens after the war. Like, it's a long series, but it's one that it's like the only comic book that I'm actually interested in besides Saga. And since the majority of the stuff is already out, including the new volumes, which is Fables, The Wolf Among Us, volumes 1 and 2, which is based on the game by Tall Tales. Rest in peace, Tall Tale Games. And it's been official that, well, according to the writer in Goodreads, it's been official. It's the official prequel before the main Fables book, and I hadn't read that one yet, and I really want to because, as I mentioned, Tall Tales is a game that created The Wolf Among Us, and it was through that game that I learned about that it was actually based on the comic book series, and that's what made me want to read the comic book series because I was really impatient. I wanted to know what happens to my Big B, who's in Fables is the big bad wolf, and he basically represents all the wolves that you know of, and all he's the big bad. Big B is the wolf in Red Riding Hood. He's the wolf in the Three Little Pigs, and most of the fables that you know of that has a wolf, that's basically Big B. That's what he represents. In fact, there's a few other characters that represent different which is like a representation of different stories into one person. Like, for example, there's like two bitches, not bitches, two witches, Baba Yaga and Pharaoh. No, not Pharaoh, Freya, Frau. I think that's how you spell her name. I can't pronounce her last name. It's some kind of European long name. Either way, it's like those two people. They represent different witches in different fairy tales, and it's so interesting how like they live, because it's like the stronger. It's like for some fables, right? It's harder to kill them based on how popular of a fable that they are, based on how popular the story is. Like Snow White, I guess she's really hard to kill because she's a really popular fairy tale. So is a whole bunch of different stories and fables and characters that you'll see, and like there's also who else is a representation of all the people that you know. Oh yeah, the character Prince Charming. He's basically a singular character, but in Fables, I guess how the magic is set up, since he's really hard to kill because he's basically a physical manifestation of all the Prince Charming. So in the Fables, he's like the slut, I guess. And there was this one scene in Fables where you have all these princesses like Rapunzel and Cinderella and Rose Red and all these other people. Who else am I forgetting? Rapunzel, Cinderella, Snow White. Oh yeah, Beauty. Like they're all talking about Prince Charming and how much of a man player he was because according to the fables and how people make him up, he's always that Prince Charming that people come to, and that's his thing. That's his nook. Anyway, something happens to him towards the. I'm not going to say it, but yeah, I'll discuss more than I already have in the few minutes I've been rambling on about Fables because I love it so much. So let's look at the overview. My average rating this month was a 3.1. I gave 2 1-star ratings. I gave 3 2-star ratings. When it comes for 3-star ratings, I gave, let's see, 5, 6, 7. I gave 8 3-star ratings. When it comes to 4-star ratings, I gave about 5 stars, and I mean 5 ratings that were 4 stars, and when it comes for 5-star ratings, only 2. So that's my December wrap up. Yeah. Basically, hopefully, what I plan to do is to do bi-weekly wrap ups, because so far is only the beginning of the year, and I'm kind of proud of myself of how many books that I've read. Granted, most of them are, audiobooks. So I got that on double speed, and I'm already ranting and raving about, a few of them, like the Anita Blake series and also Fables. So some of them are comics, some of them are like full blown 400 to 300 page books. But like, since I'm off of school, I can like really read through. So it's almost like a 24-hour readathon, but not really. Anyway, that's it. Bye. Feel free to subscribe, hit that like button, comment down below for other. Oh, yeah, definitely tell me about different comic books. I want to get more into comic books, so definitely hit me up, please. Deuces.